His beautiful face, framed by his dark hair, was turned away from me. His gaze was glued to the glass in his hand and the swirling golden liquid inside it. Dressed in a tailored black suit that did nothing to hide the perfection of his sculpted body, he was sexy, no doubt about it. But what really drew me to him was the mystery surrounding him. Even from across the room, I could tell instantly that he was the kind of man I would never have gone for a while ago. The kind of man I would have invited into my bed on a whim. He was the kind of man I wanted to fall under my spell. I strolled over and perched myself on the bar stool near him, far enough to watch him without giving the impression that I was desperate for company, close enough for him to notice me. I crossed my legs, purposely allowing my borrowed dress to ride up just a little bit higher. The barman took my order, and for a moment, I turned away from the hot stranger. The next thing I knew, he was gone. Confused, I swept my eyes around the half-filled room, but there was no sign of him among the other patrons. Disappointment washed over me at the prospect that my outfit might not have been sexy enough to attract him to the extent I had expected. Game over before it had even began. With a dissatisfied sigh, I turned my attention back to my class. "Are you looking for me?" A deep voice with the slightest hint of a southern accent whispered behind me, caressing my senses like an exhilarating summer breeze. I sat up straight, but fought the urge to put some distance between us. His voice was so sexy, a delicious tug formed inside me. Something much deeper pulsated within my core, urging me to play my cards right this time. I turned around ever so slowly, my gaze searching his, and for a moment I was rendered speechless at the naughty glint in his eyes. Wow, talk about stunning. Barely a few inches away from me stood the man I had watched earlier. As he stepped nearer and his hands brushed mine, my skin began to tingle. He was so close, I could feel his hot breath on my lips and the heat emanating from his delicious body and light bronze skin. His shoulders were broad and his arms looked like they could carry a woman where she belonged, in his bed. But the most stunning feature about him were his dark green eyes that reminded me of haunted woods covered in morning dew and lush meadows. Eyes so beautiful they had to be made of sin. Was it the varied shades of green that gave the impression, or his irises that looked like cracked stones on a beach? People always said the color green was calming, but it wasn't calming at all. It was like a wild garden inviting you to run in, only to trap you and never let you go. I had never met someone with eyes like that, the kind of eyes that made me want to do crazy things, such as dress like a stripper and give him a lap dance. There was a hunger in them, a strong power to devour my soul and my heart. Just prying myself away from them was hard, as if the hypnotic pull was too strong to resist. Or maybe I didn't want to. If looks could have undressed, I would have been stripped bare, naked and spread on top of a blanket, wearing nothing but a smile on my lips, and pleading with him to make me his. "I'd love to have a drink with you, Miss, His eyes caught the credit card in my hand, and he held it up to read my name slowly, as if he were examining a rare bottle of wine he was about to savor. "Brooke. Miss Brooke Stewart." My heart skipped a beat at the way he spoke my name. I tilted my head to one side, narrowing my eyes. "And you are?" I asked in mock disinterest and the most serious tone I could muster. Gorgeous, boyish dimples formed in his manly cheeks as he smiled and sat down on the bar stool next to me. He was uninvited, and yet he couldn't have been more welcome. As if sensing my unraveling, his lips slowly parted, revealing 2 strings of white perfect teeth I would have loved to feel on my skin. He held out his hand. "No need to know it," he said. "After tomorrow morning, I'll only be a memory for you anyway." Wow, talk about blunt.